when I'm working with clients who are highly stressed or anxious or in a really fearful state, one thing I like to do is explore the type of attachment that they had with their parents, specifically during early infancy. Now, most of us don't remember our infancy, what it was like to be 1 or 2, but we can kind of get a sense of what life might have been like back then. We might have a sense of the type of problems that our parents were facing back then, if they're having health issues, physical or mental, if they're having relationship problems, if they're having problems within their own family circle, career problems, financial problems, and that will inform the type of attachment they have with you as a child, and then how you then relate to the rest of the world and yourself. There's 4 specific attachment styles defined, and this is the work of a developmental psychologist called Mary Ainsworth, and she did a huge amount of research around children, the type of bonds that they create with their caregiver, whether it's their mother or father, and in most cases it's the mother. And she would have simulated different situations where the child and mother are together and the parent leaves and then comes back in, and she would just observe how the child reacted emotionally. Were they clingy, or they just withdraw completely from the parent? So there's 4 different attachment styles. Number 1 is a secure attachment, and this is the ideal, and this could be when the mother leaves the room and then comes back in, and the child is distressed in that moment where the parent isn't there, but they know immediately when the parent comes back that the secure foundation is still there. And with that knowledge, they know that they can explore the environment around them, and they can grow and take risks and learn what's happening around them, knowing that the parent is always there. The second type of attachment is an insecure avoidance style, and this is where the child may be frustrated that the parent has left. They do feel the stress, but the closer they come to the parent, they become more distressed inside themselves. So they don't want to feel this. They're trying to avoid the feelings of upset, and so then when the parent re-enters the room, they then avoid the parent completely and pretend that they're not there. And what happens then, that then bleeds into their adult life, and they may develop an avoidant personality. They may be someone who avoids rows, avoids emotional upset, but they may also avoid taking responsibility for their own life. And again, you can see that directly correlates back to the type of bond that they had with their parents. The third one is an insecure resistant type, and this is again one where the parent is gone for maybe lengths of time and comes back in. But this is quite common when the parent is caught up in themselves, and they're very unstable and inconsistent in their behaviours around the child. So what happens then is that the parent may come back into the room and the child is upset, and the child wants to go to the parent to soothe and to know that the parent is there for them, to get a hug and to reassured, but they can't because they're not sure how the parent's going to be. And this is quite common for people who are in an anxious state. It you see that correlation between how their parents were and their attitudes their parents had when they were a child and their own emotive state now. They grow up to be quite anxious. They grow up to have a very insecure relationship with the environment around them and with life in general. And the parent may not be doing this on purpose. They were dealing with their own issues, and they were so caught up in themselves, and the neediness of the child could have triggered frustration inside them, so they couldn't control their own behaviours. But unfortunately, that affects the child and their own growth and affects their relationship with the rest of the world. And the last one is a disorganised type, and this is when the parent may not even come back, and the child cannot self-soothe. They didn't have that strong bond with their parents, so they become incredibly anxious. Or the opposite, when they may create an emptiness inside themselves, because they don't have that bond. And we need these bonds because it helps to mirror who we are. We need a parent to validate our feelings and to make eye contact and to hear us and to validate our existence. And if the parent wasn't there for a lot of this, it can create this disorganized type. And this is very common with addicts, people who grow up to be alcoholics or drug addictions, because that's such a key developmental bond is there. Now, this is not across the board. Some people are born into healthy families and they turn to alcohol abuse, or they become anxious, and this is not true of everybody, but it can give context to my clients and what their childhood is like and the type of issues that we need to address, the type of emotional problems, and then we start to explore different ways they can start to create healthy attachment types now as adults, letting go of all these negative childhood experiences and form just an open bond and adult connections to all the people in their life now. So again, exploring attachment types can be very useful. Just again, it creates context and gives you an idea about what might have happened before and how it's affecting you now. So that's it, guys. We're going to head off. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.